underestimate the power of PlayStation.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Podcast Beyond.
Beyond.
This is episode 115. I'm your host, Greg Miller. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Chris Roper is at Disneyland with his family.
Oh, man.
We're left to navigate the ship by ourselves. With me, Ryan Clements.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good, thank
what
you.
What RPG have you played this week?
Actually none. No RPGs this week. I will say, real quick before we introduce our third and final guest, that I have an extremely sore throat, so if I sound a little down and out, you'll have to do some of the carrying.
Okay.
I'll help when I can.
All right, sounds good. Colin.
Yo.
You're here. It's Colin Moriarty from Gods, everybody. Give him a round of applause. Woo! Studio audience.
Oh,
Thanks,
my
Colin.
goodness. What's up, guys?
How is the trophy hunt going?
It's kind of stagnating
The Great
lately.
Hunt.
Yeah.
I'm playing Dragon Age. It's just not going very well.
Oh, well, we'll get some more Dragon Age in a little bit. But first, let's hit up that Roper report.
It's time for some sore-throated news.
Brought to you by Halls. Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
The biggest game of all time came out this week. It's kind of big news. It's called Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. You might have heard of it. This is the sequel to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. I think. Is
Call
how
of
this
Duty
works.
4.
Modern Warfare 1.
No,
Modern
it's
Warfare.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 subhead World at War, I believe.
Oh, really?
Is the last one.
I didn't know.
This is the sequel to that one.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Fair
Set
enough.
in the future.
I just always thought it was Call of Duty 4: Modern Warfare, and that was what the original was called, but I might be wrong.
No, I was making a joke. You are correct.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the title of the book. It's right up there.
You
There it is
scared
behind
me.
us.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
See, World at War was the sequel to that one.
Right.
That wasn't really a sequel,
Okay.
but came up in between these games.
Gotcha.
It was in the past.
Yes.
You're pulling the
Anyways,
fast
it
one.
came out Tuesday. Huge news. People started selling it early, right after Podcast Beyond went off the air last week. People were mom and pop video game stores. They kept saying, "So, what mom and pop are selling video games anymore?"
I always wanted to know that. Every time people keep bringing up mom and pop
like
shops.
if you're an independent video game store, that's what you are now, mom and pop. You're probably not even married, don't have any children.
Yeah, it's an
you
insult.
might just be like an old dude.
Yeah. Anyways,
Just a
that came
pop.
out.
Just
Hey, Colin.
Yo.
In 24 hours,
Yeah.
this game sold 4.7 million copies in North America and the United Kingdom.
It's a true
we're
story.
still talking about MW2.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I can.
That's crazy. Those are huge numbers.
It is insane. I personally, I have barely played the game. When I realized I wasn't getting any trophies before the patch came out, I stopped. But I thought the first Modern Warfare was overrated, and I didn't really care about it, so I don't really care about this either. To be
Okay.
honest with you.
We'll talk some.
That's just me.
I guess we can talk about it now. Anyways, finishing up our Call of Duty news, though, you hit on it. Big trophy problems, all sorts of PS3 problems. Online matchmaking, people not being able to get together, no trophies showing up. Chris Roper had this. It's scary.
It's a nightmare, and it was messing up. I was corresponding with some people on PSN and just reading about it, and it seemed like all sorts of things were happening. It was unclear what was Infinity Ward's problem, what was happening with what was on Sony's end. You couldn't sync your trophies after you started playing Modern Warfare and things like that. So it was a whole scary ordeal.
I couldn't sync my trophies last night when I was playing DJ Hero. I was a little concerned.
Have you played Modern
Another
Warfare 2 though?
Activision game.
Oh, well, actually, yes.
Well, because it's weird.
Does Modern Warfare 2 just infect your PlayStation?
Well, we don't. I thought it did. I thought it was something like where you were trying to sync and then it like sent something to the network and now you're unable to sync. But I was talking to someone on PSN yesterday who hadn't played the game. He was like, "Are you able to sync your trophies?" I was like, "No, it's probably because of Modern Warfare 2 and IW botched it." Or whatever, so download this patch, and then he messaged me back. He's like, "I never even played the game," so I was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
So it just seems like it could be a network problem, unrelated.
With all due respect to everyone in the room, the trophy system isn't the greatest system setup. It's
Right.
good. It's a good reward system.
Right.
As far as the technical side of it,
Yeah, it's
No,
very.
it's
it's a
awful.
dice shoot. Last night I sunk the Call of Duty ones and it went to Flash, and then today I was trying to sync some other ones that we're not going to talk about yet because I'm working on a video about it. But it took forever, and I don't know.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Ryan, I saw you doze off during the Call of Duty news. This one's going to wake you up. Chobots are in Final Fantasy 13.
Chobots.
Oh, Chocobos. That's what I mean. Oh, sorry. Typo.
Chobots.
Anyways, how excited are you for the
I bet
return
a
of
lot of people
Chocobos?
got super excited, like, real quick. Until
Were you not one of
corrected
the lot of
yourself.
people?
I was one of the lot of people.
Okay, I'm just
Hell
asking, yeah.
If Jess was a guest star in Final Fantasy
Oh, I
13,
see
that'd
what
be
you're
pretty
saying.
neat.
Okay, but for
Anyway.
real, how do you feel about the Chocobos returning?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay.
I saw a screenshot of it. They looked a little big.
Yeah.
They
I'd like
looked
to
a
think
little
Chocobos are
more.
big.
I like when they were little cartoony caricatures.
Well, now
in
we're
sprite
getting
form.
Exactly. Since
Yeah.
you move away from Sprite, you kind of lose that,
Yeah.
don't you?
As long as they have the boop 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 boop.
All right. Anyways,
That's the song. That's the song.
Bully Also getting a sequel. Yep. One of my favorite Rockstar games that I think got overlooked a lot. I loved Bully. Yeah, Bully was great.
Never played it.
Really? You owe it to yourself to go back and try it. Even because the beginning I thought was really, really well done. Just everything and whatever. And they just put it on Xbox.
I don't like bullies,
Wii a little bit.
So
see, now that was my big thing too. I didn't like being bullied either. The kid shows up and the game's named all wrong. It's kind of one of those like Godfather things where you start off low and end up being it. But whatever. He gets bullied when he first gets there. He got dropped off by his jerky parents. Like it's not. He's just Don't hate the player, hate the game, basically. All right. Bulworth Academy molds him into a bully so he can defend fat girls who get their chocolate stolen and stuff along those lines.
Interesting.
It's a good story. You should try it.
All right.
EA plans to revitalize Medal of Honor.
Awesome.
How about that one?
I love it.
Yeah, really?
I like the Medal of Honor game.
Really? I got sick of them. I'm just not a huge first-person shooter dude.
I remember the first Medal of Honor on PlayStation, how impressive that game was. I mean, if you go back and play it now, it probably looks like garbage. And But I remember how immersive that game was, and I really enjoyed it. And actually, the last Medal of Honor, which was Airborne, I thought was really good. And
yeah, you did like that a lot.
Yeah, I remember you playing that over in Charles's new desk.
Yeah, that's 2 desks ago. Yeah,
I know.
It was in 2007, I think.
Great swap of 09.
Yeah,
the great swap.
Yeah, well, we had to move twice.
Yeah,
that's stuff.
Crimea River.
All right.
Pereira Mike has had to move about 5,000
and now he's back to his original
times.
desk,
which
is hilarious. Yeah.
Well, it's full circle, I believe they call that.
Yeah.
Hey, Rock Band 3 is coming.
Great.
And it's going to change the way you play music games if you haven't heard this before.
Wait, I didn't hear that. Did they officially announce a Rock Band 3?
Well, they've known
totally
for a while,
missed it.
yeah. But the big catch to this is that it's actually going to try to teach you to play music in some way. They're very vague, of course. Basically, though, make your noose already, because I'm working on mine. You're going to have to buy new instruments, is what it sounds like. And these things will somehow teach you to kind of play guitar.
Yeah, right.
I do not want to buy more crap. We just talked about this last week. We won't beat a dead horse. I don't want to buy more junk, let alone do I not want to play real music. I don't have time to play real music. This is why I don't know how to play instruments.
I actually have always wanted to learn how to play instruments.
I always wanted to, too. And I took piano lessons and bought a keyboard at one point, but then Prince of Persia came out. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is back when gaming had lulls, when you had lulls of downtime. Yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah, for 3 months I haven't been playing that much games, but I forgot there's a bunch of good stuff coming. F piano.
Lulls like lulls or lulls like massive lulls?
Massive lulls.
Oh, okay.
Rufflecopters even.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell. I play the drums, and
Colin is actually a musician.
He's something all right.
Yeah, I'm something all right. And I would say that in Rock Band and Guitar Hero, I guess that would be pretty close to playing the real drums. I guess like you have to the hi hat and stuff like that. But I mean, I couldn't imagine playing guitar or bass. I mean, because I dabble with the bass and the guitar, I'm not very good. But I couldn't imagine you being able to learn from these games. I wish they would just stop. I mean, we went over this last week.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, moving on. We'll get something new. Borderlands DLC. The Zombie Island of Dr. Ned is coming on 11/24 for $10.
Cool. It's a good game, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it. I still haven't had time. Let's get back to some more EA news. Last night I went to a little shindig and got to speak to EA. Broke some news today about Madden NFL 11. They were trying to do this, Colin, for Madden NFL 10. It didn't work out, but connectivity between the PSP and the PS3 to where you could have one season, start on your PS3. Oh, I'm going on a road trip, move it to your PSP, play on the PSP, come home, upload it again, keep going. Sounds like an awesome idea.
It's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
That's a nice connectivity idea.
And we're going to talk more about connectivity ideas in a little bit. EA also, not related to this connectivity business, cut 17% of its workforce and killed more than a dozen unannounced projects. So let's hope one of them wasn't Superman or Road Rash. Those are the things I worry about.
Yeah. Well, I guess are they all unannounced? All
That's what they said. That's how unannounced projects.
I hope they said Medal of Honor still lives, right?
That news came out this week that they were gonna revitalize Medal of Honor. I hope they wouldn't say we're revitalizing Medal of Honor, and then we cut it. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, because I remember when they first announced the layoffs, which is awful. I'm sorry for all those people. They had said the bottom third, I guess, of their catalog was going to get cut, and everyone was kind of hypothesizing maybe Medal of Honor would have been in there. I'm glad it's not. I'm glad Dead Space.
It's still a recognizable name.
Yeah, and Dead Space 2.
Dead Space is going to be set from the beginning. They put so much money into that. I mean, you figure with Extraction, with the DVD, with the...
Well, Extraction sold like garbage, so who knows?
True, but I mean, you're still putting money into that name.
That's true. I'm really looking forward to that game, so I'm glad that still lives as well.
All right, moving here.
Oh, God.
You okay?
Yep.
You trying to chime in, or you just
make
sure you don't get sick? I know. We're out to look. You drinking some tea?
I just have water.
You should have drank some tea. You know how much the tea usually helps you.
I do have honey at my desk.
I know.
All right. Silent Hill Shattered Memories has been delayed. Still coming to the Wii in December, sometime in 2010 for PSP.
Is this the second delay?
Sad faces. I don't know. Is anybody following this game?
No.
Nobody's following
Fair
this.
enough.
And then Greg Miller's Rofelcopter News of the Roper Report Week, a new segment I'll do when I host the Roper Report every 6 months, is that we got Little Big Planet PSP in the office, got the official box copy. On the back of the box copy, it has the little new band, that wraps around, similar to PS3 games. On this PSP game, it says that it has trophies and PlayStation Home support, which, of course, are not PSP functions whatsoever. Sony's official response is that, this is just the PlayStation Network band advertising what the PlayStation Network can do.
Really?
Yeah. So it's not to admit to maybe anything being wrong with proofreading or not understanding what Little Big Planet is. This was their official stance. So from now on, ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind when you buy a PS3 game, the back of the box, the top of the bar says whatever, trophies, multi-chat, yada, yada, yada. That's what's happening in that game. On a PSP game, it could mean anything. This means what the PlayStation Network can possibly do.
We'll just give you some things that maybe will happen.
Is that really their stance?
That was their official comment, yeah.
Information on the back of the box is an advertisement.
I will be watching boxes from here on out to see if we ever see another box say that. I mean, this is all not even hearsay. This is all Greg Miller's hypothesized and on a soapbox, but I think, it was a typo that nobody caught. You know what I mean? They moved over a little, I don't even know, looked at the old Little Big Planet PS3 box and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, there's a million things you're fact-checking. I mean, we check articles all the time. How many times do we skip something in a strap line, you know what I mean? Or a headline, stuff you don't think to look at.
Yeah, the most obvious things. It would be nice if that was actually because, we're actually going to have trophies on the PSP.
Exactly, yeah, right. Whatever. All because of the hackers out there. That's the Roper Report, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Hey, Colin.
Yo.
Let's say I had some money to spend.
Yeah.
And I wanted to buy some games.
Though.
I don't.
You're pretty broke.
Where could I find games that are coming out?
Well, I assume you can look at the official IGN list of upcoming PlayStation software on all 3 platforms by the IGN editors.
All right, you read them. There you go.
Oh,
try to decipher Greg Miller's handwriting.
Oh, man.
Okay.
That hurt my throat.
All right. On PlayStation 3, we have obviously Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2. You might have heard of that.
There's like 20 versions of it out there.
Buzz Quiz World.
There you go.
Comes out. Dragon Ball Raging Blazes.
Blast, I think. Was it Blazes?
Is it Raging Blast?
I don't know.
Is that really the name?
I can't read my handwriting either, but if you're a Dragon Ball fan, there's new Dragon Ball.
Every week, rather.
I always think I'm going to do it better, too, but I'm always in such a hurry.
Chaotic Slalom Warriors.
That's that. Leave it. Nobody correct that one. That's fine. That's on the PS3 as well, yes.
Slalom.
And then on
Shadow? Because that looks like Shadow to me. Shadow Warriors.
This is fun. This is a good game, too.
I would prefer to play Slalom Warriors. And PSP, PS2, these are both on both of these, I guess?
No, PS2 gets nothing.
Okay, nada. And then, okay. And PSP, let's see. This is Carabancho Bad Eye Rumble.
That's not even close. And you wrote Kara, but that's not even what the name
I wrote it
is.
phonetically, so I could say it, because the real name I can't say.
Kenka. There's a K in there.
Yes. Here, I'll read it to you, and you tell me if it works.
That's a C.
There
I'm
you
sorry.
go.
Okay,
yeah. You want to see if it... Yeah.
Yeah,
now
I thought
you
it
take
said Kara, which is the name of a Korean pop group that I like.
Actually, it's the name of Supergirl, but whatever.
Really?
Yeah, Kara Zor-El.
Oh, well, they share that similarity there. Kenka Bancho Badass Rumble.
On the PSP. Awesome. Hey, Ryan.
Yeah?
What's coming to the PlayStation Network this week?
All right, we have a nice lineup this week, starting with Braid.
Yeah.
Finally, at long last, is on the PlayStation Network. Also, Command & Conquer Red Alert for the PlayStation 1. A little classic action there. MX vs. ATV, a Reflex demo. I don't know what Reflex is. Is that the upcoming MX vs. ATV game?
Yeah.
I haven't even heard about it.
It's good.
Inferno Pool demo, Star Trek DAC, the full game, and the demo that's also an old game that's finally coming over. Huh? Some Tekken 6 wallpapers. A Ratchet & Clank dynamic theme. That might be interesting. I like Ratchet. Little Big Planet PSP demo and Bubble Trouble PSP Mini.
Booyah, the minis
Bubble
are here.
Trouble. Another mini for you guys.
Your Troubles just got bubbled.
Yep. And Trouble, by the way, is spelled Trubble, just like
Adorable.
Bubble.
Naturally.
That's the PlayStation Network update. No DJ Hero downloadable content again. I think it's coming. It's not next week. It might be the week after that.
I see.
Who knows?
All right, this brings us to Pick of the Week. This is where Podcast Beyond picks a game that you should buy for the week. Colin, what are you gonna suggest here?
I mean, I guess it's got to be Call of Duty, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be. Bozon 9.5'd it.
It could also be Slalom Warriors, but I haven't...
No, it could not.
All right.
It could be Buzz Quiz World. If you're not a big shooter fan and you like quiz games, there you go. Braid is good as well. Well, we haven't played it on PS3, though, have we?
I'm sure it's fun.
You're jumping to conclusions, sort of.
That is true.
It could be awful.
Yeah, it could just be broken. You might not be able to rewind time in this one. They left that ability out.
That was an Xbox exclusive. One of the key gameplay components.
So yeah, pick of the week: Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
I've started playing it. We'll get to this a little bit. Obviously, a big hot topic. We'll talk about that when we get to reader mail. Some kids are asking questions. But yeah, there you go. Pick of the week. Woo. Trophy tips. What do you got, Colin? You're playing Dragon Age, aren't you?
Yeah, Dragon Age.
Did we talk about this last week?
Yeah, I think we might have. Yeah. What I'm playing at home now is Ratchet. And
love that game.
Yeah, Clements reviewed it, gave it a glowing review. It's a good game, and it seems like that's
a good game.
Clements gave it a glowing review. It's good.
No, I mean I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah,
I think it's a good game. It's a lot of fun. It looks great, and the trophies. If you spend enough time with it, a platinum is certainly achievable.
I'm looking forward to that this Christmas break. Hopefully, that'll be one of my games I platinum.
Yeah.
Are you going to be sticking around in San Francisco over Christmas, or are you visiting family?
I'm going to visit maybe. I'm visiting for sure on Thanksgiving, and that took a lot out of me already.
All right.
So I don't know what I'm doing either.
I'm thinking I might at Thanksgiving.
You've already visited for Thanksgiving?
I'm going for Thanksgiving. Just planning in money-wise.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I'm like, I might just be like, I don't know if I can come back for Christmas. Because I was going to do the same thing, come back for a couple days. I'd much rather just sit in my underwear in the living room and play games all day long.
Are you going home?
Yeah, on Christmas, not Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
I might either be here or be in a different country.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen yet either. I'm kind of just lazy. I'm not going home for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
My mom was just here. It was great to see her. And my sister. Saw my dad a few months ago. So
we're adults now. We don't need to see the parental units every month.
And we can just, when they cry and get us all guilty, we don't have to pay attention, right?
Well, no, I mean, I feel bad.
Well, I feel bad. That's why I've had to deaden myself to it and just ignore them.
I've had to make my heart colder.
What are you talking about? Oh, this is a trophy tip?
So yeah, Ratchet and Clank. Good trophies on Ratchet and Clank. Also, I was just looking at Call of Duty. If you're not going to play online, it might not even be worth trying to hunt for the trophies. You have to beat everything on Veteran to get anything.
Yeah.
Which I tried. I admit I tried to do that in World at War. I was getting my ass kicked in World at War. It was really hard. So I can't for me. So I can't imagine I'm going to get too many trophies in Modern Warfare.
Call of Duty is a tough game. I actually, to be totally honest, had trouble with the first Modern Warfare, even on a standard or slightly above standard difficulty. I wasn't playing on the hardest.
See, I think I went hardened on that as well, because that's the one right below the hardest. And the hardest, I'm always like, if I feel like coming back for it, I'll know what's happening better then. But like, I did the training course last night. I just started playing the new Modern Warfare, and of course it recommended me for the easiest difficulty. It's like, well, I'm not doing that. So
too.
I went and did hard, and I'm playing too hard now. And it's fine, but it runs into those choke points of you're gonna get your ass handed to you for a while now until you get every enemy you understand where they're coming from and get taken, and that's not fun. Like that's not it's not stupid.
They're a little hardcore about the trophies in that game.
Yeah, well, that's good too. I mean, that's fine.
It's a hardcore
game, though, isn't it? I mean, especially the multiplayer. Considering the multiplayer. Dude.
Yeah, I guess so.
You think it's hard? Oh, it's totally hardcore, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and hardcore in what respect, though? I mean, it's so hardcore. It's going to be like the best.
Speed,
yeah, I guess
pacing.
So.
It's not like an
knowing what you're doing.
It's not an arcadey game like Halo where it's very, like anybody can kind of just get into it, pick up and play. I mean, that's. Well, I always consider Halo to be pick up and play anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, how hardcore can it be if it's going to sell, a billion copies? It's accessible. It's accessible.
Yeah.
Okay,
Whatever. Trophy tips. That was it. Play Ratchet and Clank. That's the tip. We will have a video trophy tip for you next week, hopefully. By Thursday.
Sorry.
Soon.
Oh.
Trophy walkthrough. Get a platinum.
I was just going to say that Braid probably has some easy trophies because that game is short. And also, even the complete challenge that you do to unlock all the secret items and stuff, that's been done many times by a lot of our staff here, so I imagine it's not unreachable.
Yeah, but it takes a lot of time.
Just get a guide and go there.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. We can call one Hillary Goldstein. He'll tell you.
Oh, okay.
If you want.
How long time-wise?
I don't talk.
I mean, because
why would I talk to Hillary?
It can't be more than like 10-hour investment in a 2-hour game.
No, yeah.
And I mean, and we're talking Dragon Age. That's like an 80-hour game.
There's no platinum. There's no platinum. There's no platinum. Man, this show is off the rails. There's no platinum waiting for the end of Braid.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Also, I'd like to I'm going to make a plea every week now on Beyond that I'm on. I want Capcom to patch Mega Man 9 for trophies.
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
They're never going to do it, but I'm just going to request it every week. That's my request for this week.
Okay. You should have told me. I was hanging out with Capcom last night. I would have told her.
That game is so good. They need to.
I haven't played it yet.
They need to make Mega Man 10 and they need to patch it for trophies.
All right.
I love how much you love that game. Like, that makes me happy when I see how much you love that game.
I was obsessed with that game for a solid 2 months of my life. Probably played it every day. Tried to speedrun it. Couldn't get back on the leaderboard, so I gave up.
Oh.
Just not good enough.
That's not a good story.
You're good, though.
Thank you.
All right, let's move on to the big toe. Topic of the week.
Toe. I love being able to say toe.
Topic of the week.
It feels so good.
Topic of the week is none other than PS3. PSP connectivity. Mm-hmm. Does this matter to you is the question.
Nope. Moving on.
Colin?
No, I mean, it doesn't really matter to me now.
Yeah, I mean, the current things to look at, I mean, would be resistance retribution. You can hook it up to unlock infected mode, which is cool. You get an extra gun, superpowers that kind of change the game.
Yep.
Nice, I like that. Assassin's Creed is about to do it with Bloodlines and Assassin's Creed 2. Unlock, coins and then unlock weapons and yada, yada, yada. That's cool, too, I guess, sure. But the biggest one out of this that actually makes me somewhat interested is the Madden news, that you could do the season to season. Because that would keep me actually doing it, I think.
That's cool. It's a cool idea. I mean, that's one of the more solid ideas I've heard for connectivity. I mean, 'cause we've had so much promise with connectivity. I mean, even with the GameCube and the Game Boy Advance back in the day, that was supposed to. They didn't do anything with that. And I think, and I think that with this, it's if a company chooses to utilize it, they will, and if they don't, I mean, it's not going to ever be a big deal, I don't think.
Yeah.
All right, first note, I was laughing because when you stuttered right at the beginning, totally normal. However, it reminded me of the Drunken Podcast when you started one of your sentences, and it was just completely a train wreck. And that always made me laugh. Second thing, you know what I really like with connectivity?
What's that?
All right, I like a really old Dreamcast game called Tech Romancer. In Tech Romancer, you remember the VMU? It was like your memory card that you could actually play. Tech Romancer let you download a mini game to your VMU, and it was just like a little puzzle game or some little, I forgot exactly what it was, but you downloaded it, and then when you were playing that game, it gave you points, and then when you uploaded it back in, that you could use those points in the main game to purchase like extra characters and moves and stuff. I thought that was awesome because like when you're not playing your game, when you're like going on a trip or something or a car ride, you're like, boom, let me earn points for my game, similar to the Madden thing, except it's enabling more play for the console version. I always thought that was a cool idea.
It is cool.
So this is sort of interesting. What if a retail game did the same thing? Because that's perfect. Like a mini type application that you kind of buy when you're buying the retail disc.
Yeah.
You can download it to your PSP, play that on the go, and then get more points and stuff.
That'd be a great idea. I mean, it's similar to what, in a not portable fashion, but how they did with Fable 2, where you could download pub games a few months earlier, earn money that way.
Earn money,
which is the idea.
And back in the day of the PlayStation 1, didn't they have something in Japan that never came here, Pocket Station, where you can play, like you can level up your guys?
I always thought that was like just a portable PlayStation, though. Was that not what it was?
I thought it was kind of like a VMU. I could be wrong, but I thought it was kind of like a VMU where you can do like some leveling up games or whatever for your RPGs. And I don't think they ever. It might have been built into a Final Fantasy game or something at the time. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. That sounds familiar. By the way, VMU stands for Visual Memory Unit, in case you guys were all wondering.
History lesson with Rocky.
Thank you.
Yeah. Little Dreamcast action.
I mean, I think it could be cool. One of the ideas that was kicked out last night by this guy, this is by no means, Bible truth or anything, but that you could buy a special edition PS3 version that would then have the download code for Madden PSP in it.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be a great idea. That'd actually be a really cool bundle idea.
That's what I was thinking. That would be a problem if it forces you to buy another game. I mean, that if you had to have the PSP version of Madden and then you had to have the PlayStation 3 version, why would you do that?
You figure with the last Madden 2, you could design your own plays on the PSP and then upload them to PS3, which is a nice idea. I mean, it's all about, if you're so into a game that you can do it wherever you are and have something to do with it. That's really cool.
It's cool. The potential is unlimited for what they can do with something like that, but I don't think many developers are going to utilize it.
You know what else would be cool? I just had a little brainstorm. I think this has sort of been done in one form or another. Downloading, say it's a monster collecting or sort of RPG type game.
Yeah.
And you download one of your creatures that you're training onto like a portable thing, and you can train that creature on the go. And then upload it, and it's even stronger in your party, or like an RPG. See, that's the thing. I prefer when the connectivity involves not a full game, like full game connected to full game, but rather a complement to one or the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
it could go the other way, too.
I'm going to play Assassin's Creed 2, and I'm going to play Bloodlines, I believe, as well, but I doubt I'm going to be playing them in the same time frame to where it'll matter much to me that I can unlock Templar coins and buy a sword over there or whatever.
Right.
Templar coins.
So, basically, we're saying we need little mini games to go over.
Yeah.
And also the Madden thing, it'll be interesting to see how they balance it, because Madden PSP has always been way easier for me than Madden PS3, because you can just break the AI and send Justin Gage long. Touchdown. There you go. Colin held out his hands as if catching football, listeners who aren't in the room.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry you guys aren't here.
All right, then.
Anyway,
wrapping it up there.
No, I don't really.
You got anything else to say? You want to close it out? Close it out there, Clements.
All right, well,
that's why they call Clements the closer. Play a wild thing. He comes out from behind the wall.
Well, I'm just going to say, I think that a lot of PR and industry representatives are saying that connectivity is one of their main bullet points on the back of the box. It's something that they always pitch to us when they're doing demos. I'd say that I like the feature. It's cool that it's possible, but it has never really been a selling point for me.
Oh, no.
But now that we've been talking about it, some of those ideas, some of those complement ideas, I think work much better than just unlock an extra gun in the game when you connect it once. What? Just give me the gun.
That's weak.
I don't know. Weak sauce most of the time, but potential, yes, there is some.
I would like to see one of the music games adopted too. I guess right now it could only be Rock Band. But if you could have songs that I buy in Rock Band that were then also good for Rock Band Unplugged, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
That'd be cool.
So now let's do a reading from The Infernal City, an Elder Scrolls novel.
Brand new special segment, reading from The Infernal
City, an Elder Scrolls novel by Greg Keyes. I'm assuming they did this in 3 Red Lights yesterday because they had this book in here. Yeah. So this is the Podcast Beyond version. Let's see who wins. When Effic felt the sea shudder, he knew. The wind had suddenly fallen like a dead thing from the sky, gasping as it succumbed upon the iron swells, breathing its last to his mariner's ears. The sky always knew first. The sea was slow, dreadful slow, to come around.
Achievement unlocked.
No, the bidding trophy.
Bidding trophy.
All right, good. That was good.
We didn't get Elder Scrolls trophies.
Yeah, whatever. We're going to get them one day, I'm sure, right? Why not?
Nah.
We'll
Seems like a lot of trouble, the Kajat said. I've always wondered why you don't use an Agrorian for that. I don't trust them. Besides, they have ripper eels trained to hunt Agrorians.
All right, time for mail. Reader mail.
Reader mail.
Ripper eels.
This is not a reader mail. All right.
Reader mail time.
Reader mail.
Do you have it on your iPhone?
Here we go.
I do have my iPhone. Here's the thing. Chris Roper hates the environment and wants to burn it down, and he prints off all these pages and stuff. He's nowhere as bad as Damon Hatfield. I'm going to read them all right off my
Damon
iPhone.
throws them over here when he's done
But he
with
picks them up at the end.
Okay.
Craig Harris sometimes tosses them and doesn't pick them up at all, which is not cool. Anyways, our first question comes from Andrew Dawson.
Andrew.
Hi,
Andrew says, hi guys. Do you think it would be a good idea to be able to display your most prized trophies on your PSN gamer cards instead of just your most recent ones?
Yeah.
It's a tiny thing. I'd much rather have my Arkham Asylum Platinum there than, my completed tutorial to get a bronze. Yada, yada, yada. Any thoughts? Super Specs, I guess is his PSN name or board name. Beyond.
Yeah, it's a great idea. I'd love to have my Ice Age 3 Platinum trophy prominently displayed.
See, I don't like it. I don't. Why? That's too much management. Who needs to be managing that much stuff? Yeah. You don't need to manage that much stuff. You see, first off, we can't even choose our own avatars yet. I don't want Sony working on this. Let me take a photo of myself and upload it as my avatar.
Yeah, let's get that in order too. Although also, speaking of just the icons, there's just not enough of those available.
It's terrible, and they made such a big deal about that. Firmware last time allowed them to do more avatars. I'm gonna put them on the store. You still only have 2 Nathan Drake photos, and they're the same photo, one just enlarged. Yeah. And there's still 5 Hayes photos. One of the worst. Come on.
Yeah, there are.
I don't understand how they can. This can't be hard.
Yeah,
you and me could make a mint if we just sat there and made a whole bunch of these and sold them to Sony.
Yeah, just go Google image search and
just copy them off the IGN boards and you're done. There you go. Can't we hook that up? Jeez.
Good Lord.
All right. Colin, our good friend Royce Butler writes in. This is Rolls Royce 5. Everybody knows him. He was in the failed IGN NCAA Dynasty last year. He says Beyond. Question about Greg's upcoming Guinness attempt. Do you plan on playing single player, or will there be room for some editor beatdown during this historic occasion? You familiar with this?
I don't think so.
All right. So this kid in India got big in his britches a couple weeks ago. Maybe months ago. Who knows? And played GTA 4 for 40 hours and set the Guinness Book World Records. I have decided I'm going to break that. I'm shooting for 48. I'll see how far I can get. Anyways, I'm hoping to do this not the weekend after Thanksgiving because I'm going to a Bears game in Chicago, but the weekend after that.
Okay.
And I'm also going to a Bears game tonight.
Nice.
Weekend after that.
Oh, it's Thursday Night Football.
Yeah. Bears 49ers.
Only on NFL Network.
Yeah, whatever. I'm going to be there. I don't care.
It's lame.
Anyways, week after that, I'm going to try to set this on the weekend. Go and do it. The answer is I don't know what the Guinness rules are yet on this because they have not responded officially to my thing. I submitted my application. They said we have it. Now we review it. Hold your horses. So hopefully when I get an official person talking to me, that's when I'll be able to say, yeah, maybe there'll be some whatever. Maybe there won't be. Yada, yada, yada.
So the kid in India played single player?
I don't know, because we had news up on it, but it was still just a very general thing of, hey, this kid did this.
Well, it's good that he's really reaching for the stars with that particular.
Yeah.
Well,
now I have to beat him. Now I have to show him why America's #1. USA. A-OK.
Go get him.
All right, next email's from Rory O'Connell. He says, Beyond. Hey, guys, love the show, and it keeps my head up during test week.
That makes sense.
Don't stop yawning. Modern Warfare 2 was released this week, and I'm enjoying it thoroughly. However, it has sparked debate in my house and between politicians. Are they in his house? My sister is saying it is a deplorable piece of trash that would only inspire the likes of Columbine. She compares it to a GTA, famously saw me and my brother picking up a prostitute, using her services, and subsequently killing her with a baseball bat to take our money back for a frankly lackluster performance. Me saying that Modern Warfare 2 isn't a simulation to measure your capacity for violence, and that there's a big difference between bashing in someone's head with a baseball bat and pushing a button. Yada yada yada. I played the airport level, killed some civilians. What do you guys think of this scene? And would you like to see more games that challenge your own moral being?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
We've talked about this a bit. Yeah, and I played it for the first time last night, hands on. I've watched it a couple times before that, beyond it. And I was fine. I was living the dream, as I like to say.
Easy.
Anyways, it wasn't as crazy as I thought most people make it out to be, as most video game violence is not ever as crazy as people make it out to be.
And as I said, I'm just so tired of this argument, because how many people play games and then how many people go on killing sprees? Not that I've ever shot an assault rifle, but I'm sure it's a little different than doing it with a DualShock controller, so I'm not entirely sure that you're going to be able to pick up your AK and shoot off some rounds when you've been doing it with your DualShock controller the night before. It doesn't make any sense.
I did do them in close proximity. I was at a Capcom event, and then they took us to a firing range right afterwards.
Yeah, what was that for?
It was for Captivate 08, so it was an event last year for just Capcom's whole lineup. They just had all their games.
And they just thought they'd give you some
weapons.
weapons.
It was in Vegas. It was very nice. We all appreciated Capcom's hospitality, and they had some cool games. But the firing range part was the one that really caught me by surprise. And, it is firing a gun in real life is the most ridiculously different thing from firing it in a video game you could possibly imagine.
I'm sure. And I want you to remember the famous saying, guns don't kill people, Ryan. I kill people.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
So easy.
Well, that can be applied to anybody who says it. It's not just the I is the majorative I, not the Colin Moriarty.
And let's just get one thing straight.
Do it.
You guys know. Here's an example. You guys know I am probably the most peaceful, non-violent person around.
Yeah, probably.
You
ask people to punch you a lot.
I fake like attacking people with like ninja moves. Otherwise, I hate confrontation in all forms. I think violence in video games is hilarious because it's fake. And it simulates something that's not actually happening, and it's funny.
I agree, too.
And,
And it's the artist's vision.
Yeah.
They put that in Call of Duty for a reason. So
it's supposed to be, as I said before last week, it's supposed to be disturbing. It's not like you're doing it for fun, technically. I'm sure some people that have a kind of dark sense of humor might find it fun. Hilarious. But it's supposed to invoke an emotion, and they're trying to show you how disturbing it is. So maybe even to coax people not to do it in real life.
Yeah.
So.
And I'd say get used to it, because I'm sure it's going to be happening more and more as games become more and more realistic.
The next Call of Duty is just all killing civilians.
It all takes place in an airport.
Just
going through an orphanage.
Oh my gosh. All right. Chris DeAlso writes in and says, Beyond. Guys, do you think there is a chance that Infamous 2 could be DLC? If the next game takes in Empire City, would this be a feasible solution? It would be a new game, missions and story-wise, but the world would be the same. Thoughts? Thanks and Beyond, Chris.
That's actually an interesting point. But it would have to be built into the infrastructure of the first game.
Yeah, well, there's no way it would be. No, they want to put a disc
I think that's an interesting idea, though, is to say, like, well, you could do the same thing with Grand Theft Auto, to say the game's taking place in the same city. Not to say Infamous 2 is going to take place in Empire City.
Yeah.
It probably won't. But we'll just remove all of these. Where we'll change the blast shard locations. We'll give you new quests, new characters, this, that, and the other thing. It's not an awful idea. Yeah,
that'll be dumb all over again.
Oh my God! It's game of the year, bro.
I know.
You don't even beat it. You don't give a chance.
I walked by Gadge, one of my roommates, when he was playing Infamous, and he was watching the ending cutscene. So I think already it's been spoiled for me.
We don't know the.
Yeah, I don't really. I only heard one line, but it kind of gave away a huge chunk of the plot. But oh well, what are you gonna do?
And he said, "I love you." Next one is reader mail from Alex. Hey there, Chris Roper and the rest of the Podcast Beyond crew.
He's not here.
Sad face.
I know.
I have a small question for you guys. I really enjoyed your discussion last week regarding the oversaturation of music games these past years. But with the release of Modern Warfare 2, do you believe the PS3 is beginning to have the same problem with first-person shooters? Alex goes on to cite Call of Duty 4, 5, Resistance 1, 2, Killzone 2, Modern Warfare 2, Bioshock, and Fallout 3, kind of. He understands they're not the exact same thing.
Right.
Or maybe Alexandre. I don't know.
Alexandria?
I'm not a doctor. It's not a, no. It's Dre. It's DRE is how it ends. Probably
DRE.
Alexander. That's a guy, right?
Alexander, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. They should call him Lex. Come on, right?
Is that Lex Luthor's name?
Well, no. Yeah. Well, in the show, they were always doing it. Yeah. Wait, what?
Move on.
What are you talking about?
Now you stumped me because it was Smallville. They did it weird. Anyways. Do you think they should each have their own uniqueness? Blah, blah, blah. Basically, are we getting oversaturated here on shooters? Ryan, thoughts?
Yes.
Colin, thoughts?
Yeah, I think so.
I agree too. There was the part. There's in Call of Duty, a lot of it's been spoiled already, so I'm not spoiling anything.
No.
The terrorist part, that's fresh. I thought the snow mission, fresh. You know what I mean? I'm jumping, ice climbing, using a heartbeat sensor, going through whiteout conditions. The very beginning, and then going through the village or whatever, that immediately felt old. I was like, all right, this feels just like Call of Duty 4. This is not doing it for me whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm all for first-person shooters. Don't get me wrong, but they've done a lot of the same stuff now.
Yeah,
it's hard for me to play a first-person shooter set in modern times. I like either sci-fi stuff or some sort of mix between sci-fi and fantasy.
Alexander, that was his name. Thank you.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor in Smallville. Not the guy.
No, okay.
I don't know. Alexandria. I don't know what the hell that is. Anthony writes in to say, hey, has Greg Platinum SingStar yet? No, Greg has not Platinum SingStar. If people remember, one of the trophies I needed was to get 200 views on One Piece Media. Apparently, even though there are millions of Podcast Beyond listeners, not 200 of you own SingStar and can help me out on this. We fell short of that goal by 50 people or so. I don't know. Hey, what are you doing, Colin? Nate Heverly has a question for you. He says, which is better overall package, Modern Warfare 2 or Uncharted 2?
I mean, I haven't played Modern Warfare 2 enough to really judge it, but I mean, Uncharted 2 is more my cup of tea for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that too. And I think
100%.
I don't know if I've talked to anybody in the office who's gone through and beaten it. And granted, there's still all the multiplayer stuff to do in Call of Duty. I don't think there's anybody who I've heard say they think that this is, head and shoulders above Uncharted.
Yeah,
Uncharted is just a superior game from what I've seen.
Yeah.
And I haven't even played Modern Warfare 2 yet.
Yeah, Uncharted 2 is a fantastic game.
It's a long question. I don't even know where the question is anymore. God. 4 balls is this kid's name, though. That's pretty interesting. God, what is he saying? I'm skipping. Skipped.
Make them short questions. We don't want to read giant novellas. Nice. A novella is technically shorter than a novel, but still.
Hey, Colin, here's one for you with your Uncharted 2 Platinum under your belt.
Yeah.
It comes from Resident Evil Master 6. Hi, guys. Beyond. I'm playing Uncharted 2, and I need to get the Steel Fist Master Trophy, Steel Fist Expert Trophy. Where is the best place to do it in the game? Thank you.
I think I did it on Chapter 4 at the Dig, and I think that's probably the best place to do it. It's where, it's after you get into the fist fight near the generator.
Which one is this? Is this the one where you shoot the dudes and knock them out, or is it the one where you just knock them out? You take out
you have to. I think Steel Fist is when you have to shoot them and then hit them
from
punch
the hip
them.
thing. Okay, yeah.
So the first thing, because we got a lot of questions about this on IGN Guides, is you can't aim at the enemy when you're shooting. You have to shoot from the hip, and then you have to punch. So a lot of people are having difficulty with that. It's not going to register if you aim and shoot. But that's the best place to do it. It's the place where you get your grenades for the first time. So sneak up on the first dude, take his assault rifle, kill his friends, then go and catalyze the little cutscene and with all the maps. And then when all the dudes rush in, that's a great time to do it. Put it on easy. If you beat the game already, then you can. What are you doing over there?
Cleaning his nose.
Wiping your nose.
And it hit my microphone.
Anyway, that's the best place to do it. It's definitely Chapter 4.
All right, good. I think that's a good place. We've adequately run the show into the ground. What do you want to do here, Ryan? Editor Beatdown, we're all too busy still. We got nothing to play.
Oh my God.
Enjoy Call of Duty. Yeah, Ryan's crying every day out there.
Just in tears.
Every day, just at his desk.
I don't think anybody's really been lying at all recently either. So I think.
Okay, no liars. What
no
do you got
tournament
for PSN?
Winners. The PSN. Oh, PSN hit. Yeah, that's actually what I sneak covertly went and got.
I got it. Don't worry. I got it. Since Ryan, I got it.
Right.
I got it.
So this gentleman wrote to me a couple weeks ago, but we had to hold him back because of Greg's because of Greg's hit last week. So this Don't ruin this.
I'm not ruining it.
This is special. This guy's very nice. He is from the UK. His name's Josh. Josh actually served in the Great British Army. There's a really badass picture of him in his Facebook profile where he's like smoking a cigarette like on a beach, and there's like friggin' like ships and stuff in the background. It's badass. Anyway, he wants to be hit of the week. He has some very good stories. If you message this guy, just ask him for pics, because he will send you some pics.
Wait, what does that mean?
Oh, he'll send you.
Do we have any here that I can see?
No, he has a picture of himself, but not his girlfriend or.
Oh, okay. So I'm not getting pics of him.
No,
I don't want pics of Josh.
Well, Josh is a good-looking guy, but that's not what you're looking for.
Yeah, no offense.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Josh, his PSN ID is Speedois, but you spell it Speed, Speedois, as if it was sort of French. Or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speedois, Speedois. That is your hit. Go say hello to Josh. Ask him for pics. And Greg, what does Greg have to say about that?
What's that? What's a spider in here?
Spider just stung my larynx.
Oh man! Sometimes I wish I wasn't so funny, that I wouldn't find the joke so funny, so I could get through it without laughing. But it's just when I hear it in my head without me laughing, it's so much funnier.
I'm sure Roper's gonna be thrilled with this particular.
It's been a good podcast.
It's been a great podcast.
And Roper never listens to this.
So can I just clarify? Did the spider attack the pilot?
The pilot was in the helicopter, and he went to do the PSN hit confirm. But when he started it, he said PSN, and then he saw the spider go. There's a spider in here.
I still can't hear you. You're still laughing.
So he said PSN, and then he started to say it, and then he went, "Oh, there's a spider in here,"
yeah, and
then he got stung on the larynx.
That's bad news.
Oh man,
you're turning into Sam Bishop.
Do we have any tournament winners?
No, Beast still has been off the radar for a while.
All right then.
Probably saving the world. One tournament at a time, and just not telling us.
He just fights the good fight out there.
Yeah.
All right, then. So now it's time for housekeeping. You can follow us on Twitter at IGNCom. You can follow me at GameOverGreggy. Chris_Roper. Ryan and Colin, you got any Twitter thing going?
Not yet.
Yeah, I have Twitter, but I don't use it.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna
I don't use mine either. You're free to follow me, though.
You can follow IGN Guides on Twitter as well.
Is it IGN Guides?
Yeah.
You can get to that from IGN.com too, right?
Yep.
There you go.
We also are all on Facebook. We're all very good about saying hello to Facebook people. And IGN also has an official Facebook page that you should go and friend or follow or whatever the term you would be you'd be a fan of. Yes.
And as usual, I have an update on the PSN. Moriarty-IGN on PSN. I'm purging that list like crazy. And now I had like 40-something people on.
Like a high school senior girl before prom night. That was my finest moment.
So, that list is going good. 10 days inactive, and you are getting the boot.
So you have 100 people already on it?
Oh, I've had for a while.
I'm just making sure I understood what's happening.
Yeah, but now, most of my list is like, people have signed in the last 24 hours, 36 hours. So that's
what if I go away for a trip?
I'm not going to delete you. There are certain people I'm not going to delete.
Okay, just making sure. Me?
Well, of course I'm not.
Remember, if you want your question danced around in reader mail, you can contact us at beyond@ign.com. No exclamation point needed. Just beyond@ign.com.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of Facebook messages saying, "Hey, where do I send questions to?" If you listen to the show, how do you not know?
A lot of people don't listen intently. Of course, when I'm wheezing on a table, I can understand why you would turn it off and not get to the point where you care.
I don't know.
I wonder how many people. What is our retention rate? You think all the way to the end of the show?
I have no idea. That's a good question.
I mean, after we get, we usually sail through the stuff after reader mail, but whatever. Anyways, those are
Beyond.
Also send songs into Beyond, because we now finish out songs with user songs made.
Thank you very much to everybody. I think we all agree that a lot of songs came in after my desperate plea from last week. So. Yeah, we can end the show.
Okay. So we're going to end one of the shows that came in.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, the Chicago Bears play the San Francisco 49ers tonight in San Francisco. I'll be there. You should sing the Bears fight song. That should be a good song for everybody next week.
Was that the show?
Bears. Bear down, Chicago Bears. Make every play pave the way to victory. Bear down, Chicago Bears.
This is not the real
Put
song.
up a fight with the might so
listening.
fearlessly. We'll never forget the way you thrilled the nation with your T formation. Bear down, Chicago Bears, and let them know why you're wearing the crown. You're the pride and joy of Illinois. To victory, bear down.
What's up, everybody? It's Clements again, back to introduce this week's song after that lovely song by Greg Miller. So today we have, well, first of all, as I would like to recap from earlier in the show, thank you very much for everybody that sent in song submissions. My desperate plea was certainly answered in full force. There were a lot of fantastic submissions over the past couple of days. However, I did have to pick this one particular one, not only for its embrace of retro awesomeness, but also because it features Greg Miller's most insane moments. This is from a band called Outsider Joe. I really hope I got that right because I'm trying to remember from earlier in the morning when I was looking at the email. Pretty sure it's Outsider Joe. If not, well, I don't really know if not. But the song is called The Greg Miller Bounce. You are about to hear one crazy-ass piece of music. Enjoy. Thank you for listening this week. Tune in next week for more Podcast Beyond Shenanigans. This is Ryan Clements, editor of IGN.com, signing out.
Ready. I'm percolating. Let's go. I'm gonna bronze these fists. What's that? Rub it on. Why have hamburger when you can have steak? I feel like Portillo's turned into a hairy boat and I'm riding down a river of cheese. Rub it on. 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 Oh, yeah. What? Hey, this is Dr. Dingo. You're listening to Ranch with Ranch on WLMU. Ranch. Buddy, I'm Ranch. Thanks for listening to Ramblin' with Ranch. Doctors recommend having 200% ranch in your diet on Wednesdays at 1 in the morning here on WLNSTK. Here in my car. Yes, kids, stuck it. I was making some rice-a-roni and I threw it at your face. You stuck up his face on me. He's like, oh, yeah. Imagine making rice-a-roni on the thing. He's in a white beater with a cigarette. No, a white beater and a cigarette. A white beater. Somebody walks up talking about breaking a 360. He's like, oh, no.
San Francisco treat.
The only problem with the rice... Cars. Yeah, basically. My car. I drive cars every car. Ryan's inside me, pressing my buttons.
Oh, that's
fiddling with my joystick.
I was just about to say my hands are wrapped around your joystick.